It's 5 and 10 from Skywatch TV. I'm Derek Gilbert with 5 things you need to know for this Wednesday. Item number 5 today, Syria. An earthquake in central Syria on Monday evening, measured between a 4.8 and a 5.5 magnitude on the Richter scale. U.S. Geological Survey put it at 5.0. It was felt in Lebanon and northern Israel. Many residents of Damascus and Beirut got out of their homes and went to the streets because they were afraid it was a precursor to a more damaging quake that might have brought the buildings down around them. Remember, it was last February in Turkey when they had a massive earthquake, left more than 50,000 people dead, and many of them were in northern Syria. Now, a major fault line runs through the Levant. The Jordan Valley, the Sea of Galilee, Dead Sea, they're all along a rift called the Dead Sea Transform, and that region is overdue for a major quake. The section of the fault line that runs through Lebanon, the Bekaa Valley, has a major quake about every 1,100 years, but and the last one, by the way, was in the year 1202, so that one's still probably a couple hundred years away. But the section called the Jordan Valley Fault, which runs between the Sea of Galilee and the Dead Sea, that hasn't had a major quake since December 5th of 1033, and it's estimated by seismologists and geologists that the pressure that's built up since 1033 would be enough to generate a magnitude 7.4 quake. That would be devastating. The quake in 1033 was estimated at about a 7.1, and that one left about 70,000 people dead. The region is a lot more populous today than then, and you've got high rises in Tel Aviv, Haifa, Netanya, and Jerusalem that would be affected by a quake like this. So what happened in Syria Monday, not an Isaiah 17 moment. That's the prophecy by the prophet Isaiah that Damascus would cease to be a city and turned into a heap of ruins. But remember, in that Isaiah 17 prophecy, it also describes the destruction of Ephraim and Aroer, which is a city in Moab, but that would mean Jordan, northern Israel also destroyed, which could describe a massive quake along that Dead Sea Transform, or it could be the result of a major war, which brings us to item number 4 today, and that is Israel. Still waiting on Iran's response. I'll say again that since we're not equipped to do breaking news here on this program, but we will issue an update if something happens. So I encourage you to subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube, click the bell for notifications, but then also get our free mobile app, because when we put, and sign up for notifications on the app, because when we post something, we'll put a push notification out there to your phone or tablet, letting you know that there's something new at the Skywatch TV app that you'll need to watch. That's at skywatchtv.com/app. On Tuesday, which was Tisha B'Av, Israel's National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir visited the Temple Mount. Ben-Gvir said that the Temple Mount's status quo, which has governed the site since Israel captured it from Jordan in 1967, under which Jews can visit the Temple Mount but not pray there, is no longer in effect. It is null and void. This drew criticism from Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who's trying to keep things relatively calm while they're busy fighting a war in Gaza and perhaps one soon in the north against Hezbollah and Iran on a wider scale. Ben-Gvir linked his declaration of a policy change to the ongoing negotiations with Hamas for release of hostages, which he is opposed. It's not that he doesn't want the hostages returned, he just doesn't want to stop fighting until Hamas is destroyed. And Hamas is insisting an end to the fighting before hostages are released. To underscore his point, Ben-Gvir and his colleagues prayed on the Mount for the return of the hostages, the well-being of their soldiers, and victory in the war. Meanwhile, on Monday, Hamas released information on Telegram, a claim on Telegram that it's murdered one of the Israeli hostages and injured 2 others. The IDF says it has no information or evidence to confirm or refute those reports. Topic number 3, Trump. The former president broke the internet Monday night. Donald Trump had an interview on X, formerly Twitter, with X's owner Elon Musk. About 16 million people logged in to watch the event or listen to it. It was audio only. It began about 45 minutes late because of a distributed denial of service attack, a DDoS, which is when somebody tries to flood a server with usage requests to overwhelm the server with traffic to make it unusable for other people. They tried to block the conversation by flooding the servers of X with a cyber attack. We don't want people listening to this stuff, so we're just going to shut it down in the name of democracy. Well, you can slow Trump down, but you can't stop him. 72 million views by the time it ended, even though it began 45 minutes late. By Tuesday morning, in addition to the views on the X space, that's what they call it when you have a live conversation, they're a space, there were some 4 million additional posts on X about the conversation, and those 4 million posts got an additional 998 million views. In other words, by the time you're watching this, more than 1 billion impressions on X related to the conversation between those two men on Monday night. Now, the irony here is delicious, because you might remember 2 years ago when Elon Musk bought Twitter before he changed its name to X, liberals were saying that it would go broke within a couple of months. And now Democrats are freaking out that their conversation drew more than 1 billion views and comments. In fact, while the space was still going on, the Harris-Walz campaign sent out a fundraising email, and I quote, "Right now, Elon Musk is interviewing Donald Trump live on Twitter. We're not calling it X." It's not enough that Musk has pledged to donate millions of dollars to help re-elect Trump. He's using his purchased platform, one of the largest social media sites in the world. I thought it was going to go broke back in 2022. To spread Trump's unhinged and hateful agenda to millions of users, end quote. Now, of course, this is why our enlightened political class insists that speech must be censored for our own good. Oh, yes, freedom of expression is fine, but free speech? No, that's dangerous. You might be exposed to unhinged and hateful agendas. Watch, because this is how the ruling elites will try to justify clamping down on free speech, which is why we keep saying, please get our app, because you never know when we're going to get kicked off a platform. Topic number 2, data. You may have been exposed without even knowing, according to a new report at the website Mashable. A background check company, Jericho Pictures Incorporated, which does business under the name National Public Data, was breached by hackers earlier this year. This is according to a new lawsuit. The suit says that as a result, 2.9 billion people, 2.9 billion people out of 8 billion on this planet had confidential data exposed and stolen. The worst part is that those exposed by the cyber attack are probably unaware, since National Public Data allegedly collects data from non-public sources without consent. They may have your data without you knowing it. And now it's exposed. The breach exposed information, including full names, addresses, social security numbers, and personal details of both living and deceased relatives. The timing of the breach remains unclear. Probably a good time to change your passwords. Coming up, pregnant men in the UK. Yes, the woke ideology of the National Health Service. That's ahead on 5 and 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can easily and conveniently stream this incredible new film, Void Earth Cataclysm Before Genesis, right now at skywatchtv.com/stream or on the mobile app for immediate access. However, if you'd like to receive your own hard copy on DVD, Skywatch TV is proud to announce the Void Earth Ultra Collection. When you order this exclusive collection from the Skywatch TV store, you'll receive the brand new documentary from Defender Investigative Films, Void Earth Cataclysm Before Genesis, along with Dr. Thomas Horn and Reverend Donna Howell's best-selling book, Before Genesis, The Unauthorized History of Tohu, Bohu, and the Chaos Dragon in the Land Before Time. These powerful works present astounding revelations like no other, taken directly from the Word of God, the conclusion to the events of Genesis that merges all contributing voices from not only the young and old creationist groups, but the scientific community as well into one balanced and agreeable climax. They reveal precisely how ancient archaeological sites like Göbekli Tepe and the Doorway of the Serpent point irrefutably to an intelligent race of beings here on Earth thriving before the time of Adam and under Lucifer's fallen dominion. They pull back the veil on exactly what the Earth was like during the without form and void era of Genesis 1-2, and so much more, featuring Dr. Michael Lake, Derek Gilbert, Reverend Donna Howell, Gary Stearman, and the late Dr. Thomas Horn in what would become his last documentary appearance ever. But that's not all. You'll also receive 315, The Genesis of All Prophecy by the legendary Rabbi Eric Walker. This prophetic, convicting, and heart-rending book exposes anti-Semitism as Satan's plan to eliminate the Jews and the catastrophic consequences the world will face if this agenda succeeds. Sold separately, all of these items hold a retail value of $75. Yours now for your donation of only $45, which includes free shipping to all U.S. orders. So don't delay. You can scan the QR code on your screen using the camera app on your phone for instant access to this special opportunity. You can also visit us at skywatchtvstore.com or call 1-844-750-4985 and ask for the Void Earth Ultra Collection now.
Topic number 1 today, pregnant men. You and I know that is ridiculous. That is not something that can actually happen. However, doctors in the UK, radiographers to be precise, have been ordered to ask men if they're pregnant. Asking men if they're pregnant. Why? Well, because X-ray, CT, and MRI scans may harm unborn children. And apparently, doctors in the UK can't tell the difference between men and women. And so now they are required to ask. Just speaking for myself here, I'm not sure if I would trust the analysis of a CT scan or MRI or X-ray done by somebody who can't tell the difference between male and female. Just saying. This week in Skywatch TV, week number 4 of our discussion about the new documentary from Defender Investigative Films, Void Earth. What happened before Genesis? More to the point, if you got kids, this would be an interesting week to watch. What happened to the dinosaurs? How did they fit into the biblical narrative of creation? Yeah, we go there. Donna Howell, her book Before Genesis is the inspiration for the documentary, and she's on panel along with Dr. Michael Lake, also featured in the film. I was honored to host the panel. I am also in the film discussing the events before Eden. Dr. Tom Horn, Gary Stearman also in the documentary, which you can watch right now at our streaming website, skywatchtv.com/stream. But watch the programs. You can see all 4 in this series as we discuss the film at skywatchtv.com. All of our video content is always at our website, even if we get kicked off the video sharing platforms. You'll also find it right now over the air, our broadcast schedule, posted at skywatchtv.com/channels. It's available right now at Roku and Apple TV, and oh yes, Amazon Fire TV. I've got to add the logo up there. Amazon Fire TV. Look for the Skywatch TV app there as well. And you can also watch it right now on our app. iOS, Android, Amazon Kindle Fire. Bring the video content directly to your smartphone or tablet and bypass the gatekeepers of big tech. We've got links to their app stores at our website, skywatchtv.com/app. And again, it's a good way to be prepared in case we need to break in with some news about a wider war in the Middle East. Follow 5 in 10. We're on X, formerly Twitter, at 5_in_10, and of course at YouTube at 5 in 10. And thank you for watching. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. I'm Derek Gilbert. This is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV.